There we go. We're having some tech issues over here. Tanya with Adventures for Connection, and Norma also with the Adventures for Connection. We just did this little jog around the house with the Wi-Fi, and there's a guy outside doing some work, and I'm like, "Don't you screw me up today." And then when I blacked out, I was like, "No." Let's start off with the laugh today, because isn't that like one of the most beautiful things you can do is actually laugh at what's going on outside, what's going on with you, you
Oh
know?
yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of how we start our day most mornings is some funny comment. Yeah.
It's
And
either
good
you
to see you guys
or
over.
I.
We've got Facebook on. Hello, and we got Neil. Hi Neil, how are you? We've got Karen, we've got Cindy, and over on Rumble, we've got Kimbro, TL Creole, Logan, Kate K, awesome, Mighty Mouse. Yay! So happy you guys can make it. And I know many of you do comment. So welcome, welcome. Today we are in North Vancouver. So we'll let you know where we are these days because it'll be changing.
Oh yeah.
My external camera and my external mic decided that's it. It's done. It's not working. So it's the adapter to my computer. So tech issues are tech issues, but the show must go on, right? So if you can't hear me as clearly as normal, that's okay too. So did anyone check out the meditation I did this morning? Or has anyone checked out the meditation that I did previously? And how are you feeling from that? And so we're here open for questions again today. Hello, Cheryl Nettie. We would love to answer any of your questions for what's going on. And what are the energies like where you're staying? So here right now, it feels quite calm. It feels very calm. It was foggy today, and that was really interesting. So when it's really foggy, I'm like, oh, is that because everyone's got these heavy thoughts right now and it's bringing down, right? From the ether, it's bringing it down.
Yep.
Possibly. Yeah. And thank you, T. Krill says, yes, loved it, feeling great. Good, good. That's what we want to hear. And so no matter what's going on in your area, what's going on for you today? How are you guys doing? Really would love to have some feedback. Calm, but a headache. Okay, Cindy. Have you been drinking enough water is always my first question. There are some things you can do for headaches for yourself as well. One is peppermint. And you can put some, depending on where the headache is. If it's at the back of your head, put a drop at the back of your head, just at the top nape of your neck, and drink a ton of water. So headaches are pretty common these days with the current energies. I can certainly feel when the barometer is changing in the weather. I can really feel that, and I feel that was going on today, and that's why it has this kind of really calm feeling going on. So, Norma, how are you doing today? Fill us in.
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I mean, other than just a little bit of like waking up with my body feeling a little achy, and knowing that I'm a little off balance because I'm still realizing that I still need to work on building up my left side of my body because it definitely has been weak since I had a little bit of 3D surgery done on my shoulder back in 2019. So other than that, I'm doing pretty spectacular.
Awesome. Awesome. And we do have a full moon coming in. So Patty's saying full moon here last night. Absolutely. So now this, in my opinion, because I can only give my opinion, this is our real moon. We really noticed it when we were hanging out in Greece, that this was really our full moon now, which is fan-frickin-tastic. And same with the sun. So these are what we're supposed to be feeling. And I think that's why the energies have been so much stronger for people and getting these upgrades, so to speak, is because of this. And so enjoy that. Yeah. I have a sound bowl I'm going to tonight where I do the healing and I'm hosting the meditation. And so that's always nice. And then tomorrow morning we head off to Vedette. And Vedette Lake is the center of the universe. You've heard me speak about it before. Ray, the fellow that's been holding that space for 20 years, recently passed away. And so his partner, Diana, and I are friends. And she needs to come down to the city to deal with some legal stuff. So we're gonna pop up there and take care of the property and just enjoy. So we'll be up there for the full moon, which will be really nice. Yeah, it'll be nice and quiet up there. But we'll still have Wi-Fi, so you'll still see me this week. Because we're in the main cabin this time. Yeah, the sun and moon are way different. Yeah, you're liking it for sure. Yes, Patty. Yeah, Patty says too, with the full moon, it looks different. It does, absolutely. And so really the moon, in my opinion, is for us. It's almost a reflection, right? And so it's the dance with the sun and the moon that happens. And it's quite a beautiful dance. And so when we honor that dance, and that all of nature, you think about it, all of nature follows this dance with the cycles of the moon and the sun. And we used to too. And now we don't anymore, right? We've been pulled away from it. And we've been asked to look up to this other moon. So you know that even with the astrology for what's really going on in the stars, that Julie with her astral jewels talks about sidereal or sidereal astrology. And actually, Robert Edward Grant was commenting on that today, which I thought was very interesting. So I think that's coming more to the forefront of where are the stars actually, and where are things going on actually. So are you the sign you've been told you were the whole, like your entire life? Or might you be something slightly different? We know the calendars are wrong. So being open to possibilities. So for me, I take kind of 50-50 of each. And then what I allow to happen is I allow just to flow with, just accept and allow what's going on. And if I'm called to step more into it. So tonight's one of those nights. FCV is asking, does a sound bath have sound, shampoo, and soap? Yes, I knew being on at 4 p.m. meant that FCB would definitely be up and watching. Good to see you, FCB. Yeah. And no, it doesn't. It has crystal bowls and a meditation, and it's a good chance for people to let go of and set some intentions for something new. So what are you seeking in your life right now? What would you like to see happen? And start putting some focus and intention on that, and chuck everything else in the fuck it bucket. Norma, do you want to speak a little to the moon when we were away and the last full moon, which we had in Greece?
Oh, wow. You know, as we was gone for those 5 weeks, going from Egypt to Greece, it was, what was it, like 2 or 3 days before we left Milos, that we had the full moon, that I realized and recognized that it was definitely the real moon. That the moon was different, because I know that the last place that we had stayed at before we'd taken off for Greece, I slept outside. So I was looking at the moon and I was looking at the stars every night for like five nights. And when we was in Milos and was looking at the moon, I was like, I remember we was talking about it, and I was like, that's the real moon. Because I remember the night before it was starting to fill in. And what was amazing about it was there was this ring that was around it, but it was a totally different ring around this moon than I've ever seen before. And I was like, it was almost like a picture in a picture. It was almost like it was on the other side for me. So it definitely, from that night, from Milos, so much changed for me. My sight was so much more expanded, and and what I was seeing was definitely that much more experiential, as far as where the moon was concerned, seeing how the clouds were interacting with us, and just the many shapes. And it was almost like a movie playing out with the clouds and the moon. So it was just so beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. Akimbro saying we can see the constellation so much more easily, and we feel like the moon has an aura around it. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you start to notice these things, things are shifting energetically around us, even within nature, so to speak. Yeah. So, take this time, and often, full moon can cause increased energies. Some people discombobulate and lose their shit. Other people are like taking it all in and enjoying it. So everyone's a little bit different, depends on where you're at in life, and how, whether or not you're paying attention to the energies within your body. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Yeah, the ring. Everyone's talking about the ring. Awesome. We've got you on board. So let's talk a little bit more about the energies right now and what's going on, because it does still feel like there's high energy, so to speak. In other words, I can really feel that there's a ramp going on. It still feels calm, but
Yeah.
there's definitely this. It feels like a clearing and a cleansing. And so, depending on how you handle these things, it can feel discombobulating or it can feel really good. So let's get everyone feeling really good. Let's get our feet flat on the floor and just take a few deep breaths and all come together for a moment. Not going to do a full meditation today. I just want to bring everyone into a nice grounded state. And you can do this anytime. And I want you to close your eyes and keep taking some deep breaths and start to feel your body. Start to feel your head, your eyes, your cheeks, your neck, your shoulders. You can drop those shoulders down, just release them. We hold a lot of tension in our neck and shoulders. Could be from driving, could be from being on the computer, could just be from natural stress. Although I wouldn't call stress natural. And then keep going. Feel your arms. Feel your fingers. Can you feel your heart pumping? Can you feel your heartbeat? Can you feel your blood moving through your body? Go down to your belly. Wiggle your hips and your butt. Feel your legs, your knees, your toes. And when I focus on my fingers, I can literally feel energy in my fingers and my hands and in my toes when I put my focus there. And now remember, where energy goes, where your focus goes, energy flows. And so if we're not feeling well or we have a headache, we can just stop and take some deep breaths and just let our body know it's okay. We've got this. Thank you for showing me something I need to pay attention to, because your body's just giving you signals. And so we never want to discount them. We never want to ignore them. We want to respect them. And the mission is to connect your body, mind, and spirit. So when we start to listen to our body more than our mind, you're on the right path. When you start to focus on those intuitions and those synchronicities, you're on the right path. You don't have to be any further along than you are right now. You're doing great. And don't do this if you're driving. Yeah. And anytime you feel out of sorts, stop and ask, how am I feeling? Where am I feeling this? Is this mine? You're exactly where you're supposed to be. And you can imagine a beautiful white light coming down and pouring over the top of your head, just to give everyone some extra healing and relaxation today. Let's call it moon energy. So imagine the moon pouring its energy over you, wrapping you in love and healing energy. It's going down the top of your head. It's going over your ears, over your forehead, down the back of your head. It's going over your eyes, your ears. It's going down the nape of your neck, your cheeks, below your ears. It's coating down your neck, over your shoulders, down your chest and your upper back. It's going down your arms, upper stomach, mid back, going over your belly, your lower back, your hips, your stomach, your thighs, and keep going. It's going down your hamstrings, your knees, your calves, your shins, and slowly going down to your ankles and your feet. Now I want you to imagine this energy pooling between your feet and then coming up through your energy center, not unlike a fountain. It's going to come out up through your spine, through your root chakra, up through your spine, out the top of your head, and then flowing back down to your feet. This energy is clearing your field, amplifying your aura, and it's very relaxing. There's nowhere you need to be, and there's nothing you need to do. Well done. Now I want you to imagine this energy now coming around your body and doing a cleanse, not unlike an energy tornado. And again, it's coming up and around, cleaning out the field fully, cleaning off your skin, any energies attached to you that don't belong there, that are not for your highest good. And then flowing back down again. Think about a chocolate fountain. It's running like that. Beautiful. And just sit in that and know this is how good I can feel at any given moment if I choose to put my intention for 5 to 7 minutes this way. And when you're ready to come back, you can wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. And that's my energy sharing your energy and showing you how good you can feel. You just have to allow and put a little effort into it. Yeah. Dee Dee's asking, does anyone feel sick? I've been sick for a couple of weeks, stomach stuff and mild headache. Absolutely. Even me. Even I've been like, I feel like I'm a mucus machine. And so I don't have a cold. I don't have a sore throat. I'm healthy as otherwise, but I just feel like I'm purging all this stuff because that's what your mucus does. And that's been quite fascinating. So yeah.
It's been a bit, some of the things I've been noticing with other individuals speaking about what they've been experiencing, going through. A lot of it has to do with, I was reading that some people are even having difficulties breathing because of something about the energy, and that it's bringing up emotions that makes you feel like it takes your breath away, kind of thing. Like those deep, more intimate or deeper emotions that we may not have been able to tap into just of yet, that this energy now is bringing forth. So
absolutely, it's excavating. You're being excavated. And yes, I have another friend that she's like, I can't breathe. I yawn and I can't yawn. And so that's part of it. I have another friend whose entire body aches. Entire body, her bones, feeling in her bones. This is all part of this process, and everyone's going to feel different. Yeah. That's wonderful. So PC Limer, thank you so much. I forgave my husband this afternoon for 20 years of blank and felt sick all afternoon. I now feel calm and peaceful. Yay. And Leo's
good.
getting positive vibes right now. Yes. Dee Dee. Yes, this is good stuff. Thank you. Yes, we're here to help. So our mission is to help through this collective consciousness shift. And it is scary when you can't breathe properly. Yeah. And there's lots of purging going on. So it's quite often we right away, if we don't feel normal, right? We label it right away. So I like to say, oh, great, I'm getting an upgrade, right? I'm being purged out right now so that my cells can work in a different way for me, and that we can move from carbon into this more crystalline, which is our what we're supposed to be, but we haven't been for eons. So this will be a really, really, really beautiful process to go through. So just make sure that you are not hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't push. Self-care is not selfish. And I'm finding a lot of people are really trying to push through, and I don't have a choice. I got to work. And so eventually the body tends to do something more drastic then to get you to slow down. So just that gentle reminder. Awesome. All right, keep coming with the questions, guys, for anything you would like to know. Leo, I just gave myself a mind massage. Good. You can imagine one of those things coming down on your head and then it spreads out, or like an egg cracking when somebody does that to you. Yeah, that feels really good. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Yeah, and so grateful that we have the capacity to be able to do this. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Logan's got sensitive heels. Okay, guys. So yeah, keep hitting us with questions. I'm going to read them out loud. Some of them are on Rumble, so I can't post them, but we'll just go ahead and when somebody shares what's going on for them, it is often helpful for somebody else. Yeah. Any insight on why my heels are sensitive and painful to walk on? It's been happening the past couple of weeks. Possibly ascension symptoms. I get yes. That's to do with your bones. Yeah.
A lot is going on with the bones right now.
Yeah.
It's amazing because it's like we're almost going through another rebirth. If you really ultimately think about it, or not as much a rebirth as it is, we're hitting those stages of like, what is it, between 5 and 8, when kids have a lot of bone aches.
Bone growth. Yeah.
Bone growth. So so as this is taking place, that's what keeps coming to mind for me, is that we're just getting new bones. We're getting rid of the bad stuff that for so long was fed to us. Our bones are extracting it and sending it out and replacing it with new.
Yeah, absolutely. Katie K is asking, I have low back, left hip pain. Is it purging or physical? A little bit of both, obviously, because you're purging, but you're feeling it physically. And so the left is actually more feminine. So tapping in, stepping out of being as masculine, and I've got to do this and I've got to do that, to just back into a bit more self-care. And your back may need a little adjustment, because that tends to be, if something's going on in your lower back, it could even be coming from your neck, right? So all the way down. If you could find a acupressurist, not an acupuncturist. I have one here that really helps me move through some things, or a good massage therapist that reads energy. Would look for somebody who can help you shift that with that capacity. And then send love to it. Put your hands there and say, even though I don't understand you right now, I love you, and breathe into it. It's really, really helpful. Yeah. So the left side is your feminine and the right is your masculine, just to clarify. Or so it said. Yeah. All right. Headaches for sure. Yeah, you're not alone, Monica. A lot of people are having headaches. Hi, Caroline. A lot of people are having headaches. That's a really common one. Go in a dark room, put on some frequency music, and just, if you can listen to it, right? And just take it a tone down. Just tone it right down. Again, self-care is not selfish, especially right now. It's the most important. I sleep a lot because I work long hours. Yeah, cat lover, that would definitely, yeah. Then your body's getting to recalibrate while you're sleeping. Yeah. Leo, I quit my diabetes meds 3 years ago. I feel 3 times better. Of course you do. Yeah, that medication, most medication is masking the problem. It's not resolving the problem. It's not a solution, it's a Band-Aid. And so the more we realize that and we take health into our own hands, the more powerful we feel, because we start to deal with things ourselves. There's Barbara O'Neill online Really, really love her take on things. She's really good at it. And just following your intuition and body dosing. So you can hold something in your hand and say, should I take this right now? Or you can just stand, you can sit and do it, or you can stand, close your eyes and ask, is this an expansion or ascension symptom? Is there something I can be doing? And then what pops into your head? I really want to teach you guys all how to tap into your very, very own intuition to get the best answers for you. Because once you start doing that, you will empower yourself and there will be no stopping you. Yeah. My bones feel like ice water running through them. Yep. Yep. You're not the first. I've heard that one too. Also felt that way right after my Reiki session. That would have been energy. So you feel like energy is running through you right now. Absolutely. You can plug your feet onto the earth and send it down that way. You don't have to hold the energy in your body if it's feeling a bit too much. You can send it out. Absolutely. Oh, nice. I'm Bob. Hello, family. Hi, Tanya and Norma. Just got home from my 4-day up north cabin retreat. Awesome. We're going to one of those tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Bengal tigers no longer driving. Good. Now I can wiggle legs again. Jay's got eczema all over my body, flaring up. So uncomfortable. Absolutely. So eczema, anything on the skin, because your skin is your biggest organ, tends to be from what you're ingesting or what you're holding on to. So if you want to look up Barbara O'Neill, that would be a good one. But I can say off the top of my head, it would be wheat, dairy, sugar. And if you cut those out, you'll probably see it clear up pretty quickly. Give your body what it needs to do. You get anything on that, Norma?
Eczema, it's it definitely begins from within and what you're taking in. And for some, it just depends on, like, the environment you're in. What's the job you do? Are you keeping yourself hydrated enough? And if not, are you keeping vitamin E? Are you keeping something topical on top of it that's helping to keep it from drying out and being so irritable or irritant and feeling like, it's red and dry and irritating. So
yeah, castor oil would help with that. Definitely. Yeah. And that tends to soak in, but would definitely something that really sticks for a while too. So absolutely. Yeah. Nachin says, I worry about tingling in my feet and left hand, but doctors are not a choice for me. Fair enough. I hear you.
I have some, because we carry stress, most of us carry stress on our shoulders, depending on how our body's sitting. Like for me right now, I'm off balance a little bit, like I said, because of having my 3D surgery on my shoulder in 2019. I'm still working this side of my body to get my body balanced back out. And when we're off balance, when we're off kilter, what we're doing is in certain areas of our backs or in our shoulders and our necks and things like that, we have our nervous system, and where they're the largest nerve endings in nerves, sometimes we're pressing against those. Okay, and that's our highway of information. So anytime that's happening, there's inflammation. It may be, getting, bumped up against. It may be getting pinched. It may be that, you've got something that's just a little swollen. Take care of yourself. If you're feeling knots, rub your knots out. Be kind to yourself. Love you. And even if you got somebody there that's willing to do it for you, have them just rub on those knots, because those knots is what's causing you to feel the tingling. So just take care of your body. Be kind. Love you. Love you. I've been rubbing on my neck and on my shoulder because sometimes I get that. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, absolutely. That's great advice. Just trying to catch up and see if you put something else, but okay. How can I get relief from lower back pain? Lower back pain. So lower back pain can stem from what are you hanging on to? right? That's one the energetic thing that just came through. And also to relax, right? To allow. And so quite often if also if our abs are weak, our lower back picks up the rest. So
Mhm.
working on those muscles, making sure your entire core is strong makes a really big difference on how your organs operate, and how you feel, and to be more balanced that way. So again, having someone that can maybe support you with that. Absolutely. I damaged my amygdala and prefrontal cortex with a traumatic brain injury in 2015. I take Adderall XR and Prostique to help with depression and anxiety. What should I do? We're not allowed to give medical advice, but I can say this. I know several people that have weaned themselves off of these same medications very slowly, very intentionally, and then augmented it with some energy work, a really good diet, and allowing lots of rest because your body's now you've got it, it's a bit of a detox, right? And so I highly recommend doing it really slowly and not pushing it, and I would recommend finding a naturopath that you could work with to help take you off of it because you're gonna need somebody to have that support. Yeah, we can't do that for you, not when it comes to the medication, but energetically, we can certainly help. Absolutely. Oh, they're talking about a star. All right. What is the bright star near the moon? Looks like a star, but very low. It's always visible at night, even if the stars are blocked by the clouds. Are you seeing that one,
Jupiter.
Norm?
I think it's Jupiter. It's either Saturn or Jupiter. It's one of the planets.
Saturn. Yeah. Yeah. It's Saturn. It's not Jupiter yet. And gut health is related to eczema. Yeah, absolutely. And so we were talking about the diet. So what are you taking in? I know my mom has psoriasis really bad, but my mom's like a little kid and she wants to eat, but she wants to eat and she doesn't want to adjust anything. Okay, you do you. And it's really uncomfortable. It's really painful for her. But if she has to choose to change, I can't do that for her. And so I'd say that pretty much about anyone that you're trying to support. If they don't want to do the work to change, then it's not going to happen. Yeah. Oh, so Eddie's got some good message here. Just had a hair sample analysis, and the sample was sent from Melbourne to Houston. Wow, from Australia to Houston, Texas. Wow. Best laboratory in the world for analysis. To my big surprise, taking excess vitamin D3 supplements has caused thyroid issues and created excessive estrogen. Guess the lesson is everything in moderation. 100%. So I go on and off of things. I don't take any one thing full time regularly. So, and even that, I body dose everything. So hold it in your hand and then body dose it, or I finger dose all the time. I play my tiny violin. Wherever we go all the time, probably Norma's always noticing I'm doing that because something else
Oh,
is always coming in the backside here. So yeah, absolutely. Penny Lane stenosis. I don't know what that is. What's stenosis? Add to that, please. Oh, and pillow under the knees. Oh, okay. The fingers tingling. Yeah. Starseed says, I started intermittent fasting, lost 135 pounds. Wow. Quit eating processed foods and started eating whole food the way God intended us to. Yeah.
I bet you feel a lot better too, and all your body doesn't feel so
Right.
tight, and it feels more free flowing. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is why we wanna do these lives like this that are a bit more interactive because you guys answer so much for each other, and it's only when one shares that another one can come in and, "Oh, well, I know this about that," and stretching, yeah. Full body massage, stretching, absolutely. You've got fascia, which sits just under the skin, which is holding everything together. It's not your skin holding it together, it's the fascia or sinewy muscle just underneath, if you wanna call it that. And so when we do stretches like putting our arm out and then pulling it back, that's stretching all in here. So to be keenly aware that helping that and drinking lots of water because that helps it. By doing that, it takes the tension off of areas of your body as well. So that's coming through regarding that. And hip flexors, I can say nobody stretches their hips enough. Yeah, I don't know many people that actually put that intention in there. So you can do lots of hip stretching. Doesn't mean you have to sit cross-legged. You can put your leg up sideways on a table, right? Or somewhere where you're comfortable, and the side of the couch is a good spot. And then just wiggle it and lean into it. Yeah, absolutely. And yoga and castor oil for joints. Thank you, Simon.
Mhm.
We really love you guys for all pitching in. And Caroline says, I have an organic hemp cream that is awesome for the skin. Yes, absolutely. Hemp's going to come in a big way. I think we'll have hempcrete coming in, and a lot of uses for hemp, for fabric, for clothing. It's going to come in quite strong because of its ability to proliferate and take up the same amount of land, but be more usable and be able to replace more often. So
Mhm.
yes, yeah,
Don't, and don't forget to also realize, I mean, you got things like Qigong, Tai Chi,
yes,
you've got yoga, you've got, and like Tanya, you've got Pilates. Anything that's going to stretch the body is good, especially right now, because so much is going on, so much is moving, and then, you're trying to keep your balance, you're trying to move energy. Well, things like Qigong and yoga and Tai Chi, those are going to help move energy as well as help the body. So these are exercises you can use in unison with one another for the energy and the body.
yes, absolutely. I'm just grabbing a post for someone. I know this is the Facebook one, so somebody's asking about, yeah. What about a crazy period twice in 1 month? Yeah, not fun, Monica. There is a woman I know that I connected with, and there's her Facebook group, the red tent. So this is another thing we don't honor. So we don't live symbiotically with the sun and the moon as we should. Like, to me, the new year's in the spring, when all the flowers and a life comes anew, and we see blossoms, and the sun is out, and it just, we feel more energized. We are getting more of what we need, which is the sun, right? So through the winter months, we're not getting as much. So same thing goes for women's cycle. And men, you have a cycle too. You're probably just not quite as aware of it. I'm not as in tune with that as I am with the women's, but I do know that there is a way to augment your diet and cut out sugar, dairy, and wheat. Again, will greatly relieve it. But to cut out, especially sugar, when you crave it the most, and replace it with some fruit right before, because what that does is it actually intensifies it. So 100%. So check that out too, Monica. I put up there in the group. That's Edna from the Red Tent. She does a beautiful job of sharing more around that. And women used to, sorry guys, you're gonna have to listen. Oh well. It's better you know than don't know. That women
Yeah.
used to go and sit in a tent and get 3 to 4 days and hang out with other women and just be. This was a natural resting cycle. And now we don't rest. We push through, we push through, we push through, which doesn't help. Simon says watermelon for sugar fix works great. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, Simon. Appreciate you guys putting in your comments. Tai Chi is awesome too. I broke my back surfing in 2021 and was doing Qigong to help heal back surfing in 7 weeks past the accident. That's a commitment, and it shows with your intention what the body can actually do. Giving the body the permission, the intention, because if you're saying, oh, I'm laid up for 3 months, then you're going to be laid up for 3 months, because every action you're taking, every word you're saying, you are spelling, casting your spells. Absolutely. Yeah. Along with, and he's back with his hair samples. So let's finish that story off. Along with the hair sample analysis, a 40% protein intake was recommended. Apparently, I'm a high stress risk with lowering my fat intake. So for me, back to more protein, I recommend detailed analysis of your body. You guys help so much with stress relief. Awesome. You know what? And that's the beautiful thing, is we're all unique. No two people can be eating exactly the same. So what works for you might not work for somebody else. So that's why we say body dose, right? I'll go through phases of way more protein. So, and I do believe it kind of follows the cycle, right? Whether or not you still have a period or you're past that, there's still a cycle being followed. And when we honor that cycle, oh, I'm feeling this way. You know what? I'm not going to make dinner tonight because I'm not feeling so good. Great. Take the time you need. Have a bath. Give yourself some love. Beverly, I have ear pressure, very annoying. Oh yeah, I know that one too. It's like I can't pop my ears. I even went to go get my ears cleaned because I was told intuitively, yes, go get your ears cleaned. And it wasn't about the ear cleaning because I had nothing in my ears. She's like, I can't clean your ears. There's nothing in there. I'm like, oh, awesome. But it's somebody I know really well who's struggling right now. And so, yeah, so we'll be seeing her again. So yeah, so it was more about the connection, which is kind of funny too. So ear pressure, all I can say is it'll pass. I don't know if there's any easy way. I hold my nose and blow out my ears all the time. So it's just part of what's going on. Yeah. But thank you for sharing that, Beverly. I can tell you I quit being diabetic because of fasting. Yeah, intermittent fasting, and we don't talk a lot. I just had a shake just before the show. I hadn't eaten yet today, but we did eat a big sushi dinner last night and was like, oh, I just can't eat. So you go through these phases even with food, right? If you're not hungry, don't eat. Drink more water. And if you're getting enough protein, you actually won't be as hungry either. So, but again, I said I go on staggering like lots of protein and then I'm not hungry and I don't eat for a few days, right? Like it just depends. Yeah. Penny Lane with her bird. So we've been having this ongoing conversation in our channel about a little sparrow that's been trying to get into her house. And she's trying to keep it out because she doesn't want to get hurt. And I'm like, let it in. If it wants in, let it in. You'll deal with it. Like don't worry about it. I give her the opportunity. She's made it halfway in. Rod says she's a passed over loved one. Is there a crystal that helps connect with quartz crystal can be helpful for connection with past ones. Is there another one? Yes. What is it?
There, the rose quartz.
Rose quartz would work as well, but clear crystal quartz is much more for intuition. Lemurian crystals would work if you have any Lemurians. Those are very ancient and connected. Any crystal that you feel really connected with, it'll help for sure. So it depends on your connection with it as well. Yeah. And I would just write out a question the night before you go to sleep, like before you go to bed, write out, I would like to know who's the sparrow, who's trying to connect with me, and just see. Yeah. Everyone's talking about fasting now. Yes. My favorite thing. Favorite things is intermittent fasting. Yeah. So amazing.
Right.
Yeah. When you get your hormones under control, the rest will follow suit. That's very true as well. Good statement. Yeah. So what about eating veggie burgers and veggie chicken patties? Veggies chicken, is it real chicken or is it not chicken? They're good. So I would body dose those. I'm not going to tell you what's good for you. I don't eat anything that's packaged like that. So, but if it's packaged, are you making them yourself? Making them yourself, you can make beautiful vegetable and seeds. Beets make an amazing burger. Just saying, I've had one. Yeah. And M. Conroe, I lost 58 pounds in 1 year with fewer carbs and no sugar. You don't have to do it all at once. You can do small bits. Add in more water. Back off the other things. Put breakfast off by a little bit. And you would be really, really amazed how much that shifts. Yeah, Veronica, you're right. No, Penny Lane, don't worry about it. Your bird question never goes against the theme. We're with you. Veronica, vitamin D is supposed to come from the sun, not a supplement. I've seen so many times that vitamin D supplements cause so many problems. There are vitamins that should not come from supplements. Yeah, I don't disagree. I do vitamin D oil if I'm in cloudy gray weather for quite a while, or I highly recommend even getting a sun lamp can help greatly as well if you can't get in the sun. Thankfully, we've had the sun out since we got back. Yeah. Free 71. Thank you for sharing that. I was on antidepressants, Effervex, doesn't matter the name, per day for 21 years. I managed to wean it off completely within 12 weeks. Yes, I love hearing stories like this. I lost 23 kilos. Fitness is great, and my spinal surgery injuries are not as bad. Painful. Yeah, Beautiful. Yeah, once you cut the sugar out, your body will stop craving it. So even if you have to do it slowly, right? And I'm not rigid. I got chocolate downstairs. I'll have chocolate once in a while. Yeah, I try just not to have it all the time, right? Try not like make sugar as part of my staple in the diet. I try and wean it off a bit. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good. Sun lamps work. That's great to hear. I love it. Yes, I rub castor oil in my belly button. Yes, it's good for your organs. So remember, everything you've been fed as you were in the womb came through your belly button. So imagine all the connection to your body within your belly button. That's a big connection, right? It is our entry point. It is our exit point, so to speak. That is our mini portal on us for the soul to come in and out. That is your tether when you go and travel at night. So awesome. My young daughter had her monthlies 3 times in a month, as I did due to endo. Fulvic minerals corrected my daughter's problem. Ooh, that's a good point. Thanks, Veronica, for that. So base minerals, a lot of our food is missing those base minerals. I forget how far we've come in, over the year to remind people of these really basic ones. So Shijalite is a good war fulvic minerals. Depending on which ones, again, douse it for yourself. But those trace minerals are extremely crucial and have been missing. Yeah, absolutely. And if you go from sugar and you choose fruit, eventually try and back off fruit as well, just a bit, and just see how you feel. Yeah, absolutely. Hello, 17Q. Good to see you. Yeah, Penny has to trust. This is a big breakthrough for you, Penny, with this bird coming in the house. It's a tiny bird. So it's gonna be fine. It will just land and go, okay, now what? Yeah, I have a feeling it'll be just fine. Yeah. I had a friend that let a white dove in and it stays with her and has its own cage and goes in and out of it. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you guys are all doing fantastic. Absolutely. From when I first started working with the collective, I'm so proud of you guys of how far you've come on taking responsibility for your health and working on yourselves. Like it's been really big. You all, yeah, have some gratitude. Yeah, have some gratitude for how far you've come. Don't forget, right? I mean, think about it. Norma, share with me where you are now, because we did discuss this the other day, versus where you were a year ago.
Oh, wow. Just in the 5 weeks alone, okay, I'm so much further than I was a year ago. That's in health, that's in mental health, physical health. It's in a deeper and more connective connective what's the word I'm looking for here? My mind is just went blank. I have more connection with self, so much more of a deeper connection with self, which with that has helped me to begin to recognize others and who they are due to that connection I've built with myself first. So it's so like mind blowing, like boom, where I'm at compared to where I was, and it's like fast track. So yeah, this has just been so experiential and fun, and there's times of bliss and times of a peace of mind, so much love, and the cup runneth over feeling. So yeah, so much further, just being able to be allowed to be who I am.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when we take these steps, and I think back even a year ago and how far I've come, it's having that gratitude for that because we all want things like, let's go. I want it now. I want it done. But it's not about the destination. It really, really is about finding the joy in every step of the journey, whether it's a high or a low. Oh, interesting. I'm feeling that way right now. Like I've been having a ton right here. I know that's why my mucus is up. I know what's going on. So I have gratitude for it. Oh well, I got to deal with that. Right? And it's not like my nose is pouring. It's just that I have a lot of mucus. And I'm not going to take anything for it because it's my body getting rid of it. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, great. Tango. He says, "Oh, great. You guys started without me again." Yeah, we're on a little different. Yes. Yes. Thank you. And thank you, Eddie. We're so proud of you guys. Hence, we love to share your shows. Absolutely. Organic cold pressed castor oil rubbed into my hips is remarkable at easing arthritis. I've only done it 3 times and I'm sure it works. Absolutely. Yeah, castor oil is quite the magic potion, so to speak. Yeah, I put it on my face. I put it in my belly button. If I'm sore somewhere,
Mhm.
lots of people, somebody was just mentioning that they do it on a pack. So again, you can order these cotton wraparounds too. So that might also help with the period cramps. You can wrap it around you and leave it on at night. You can put it on the bottom of your feet and put your socks on and sleep on that way. Just make sure you don't care about those socks anymore because they won't be coming back the same. Yeah, absolutely. Castor oil in the belly button will also keep you regular, says Deb. See, look at all these things we're learning. Amazing. Yeah, yeah, and cured by cannabis. Yeah, cannabis tincture cured my stage 4 endometriosis. Yeah, whatever works for you. Yeah. Fuji apples, douse them. So I have this thing about making sure things are, I try and go to the farmers markets because at least I'm direct to the farmer, right? So if you can find farms near you and order that way, great. So yes, and making sure things are organic and then body dose them. So I've heard some pretty, unsettling stories about things that are supposed to be organic and they got tagged as organic, but they're not organic at all. Yeah. And the Celtic salt daily. Celtic salt is also a trace mineral. And then I think there's another salt that 17Q was recommending, starts with a B. Post it in here for me, guys. Yeah. Celtic salt is very good. So that replaces electrolytes. So don't drink Gatorade. Have some salt. I literally will put some in my hand and just lick it. I do lemon water with ginger and turmeric all the time and cayenne pepper. That's another favorite. Aw, thanks, Penny. Penny says all their improving has lots to do with me. Awesome. Absolutely. Even when you release a fart, have gratitude, FCB. He's
You're
got a
going
name,
to anyways.
right?
Let it
Castor,
go.
yes, castor oil on a cotton bud for ears and tinnitus. Yeah, because you've got a lot of sensories in there. Yeah, I can see that working. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Birds, as with all living beings, are very perceptive and loving. Love them back, and you'll be surprised at the connections you form. Oh yes, we've been feeding the birds since I got home because they seemed hungry. They ate all the berries off the tree. So I put food out in my planter. We got squirrels too, but it's pretty
That's
funny because
cool.
some of the birds are like on the window. Yo, where's the food?
Yep.
They're communicating. Yeah,
Already got full.
absolutely. Yes, it's really me. Can't you tell from my humor? Says FCB. Absolutely. Now these guys are getting silly in here. All right. What farms do you go to in our area? No, I was actually at the farmer's market. There's one at the Peony. So that's on Sundays. And I think it's on Wednesdays too. And then I get in contact direct with the farmers. So I can order directly from them. I don't know where you are, Penny. There's also a really good place, farm to table, that is out. It's on my way to Vedette, and I always stop there. And there's a woman who is bringing stuff from North Van from there. Um, I'm trying to remember the name of it exactly. It's on the overpass. Which one? I'll remember in a few minutes when I stop thinking about it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Thank you, 17Q. Baja salt, that's right. So she's got a discount link in her Telegram. So I'm just going to grab that for you guys, and I'm just going to post this. So if you're trying to reach out to find some other salts, this is a good one. So check out Q17. She's got a few different links on there for some health supplements that'd be good for you. Yeah. Cheryl tosses, I'm allergic to castor oil. I'm sorry to hear that. There must be another oil you can use. Check out some other oils you can use. I actually have never heard of anybody being allergic to castor oil. Interesting. I wonder what's in it. Interesting. Yeah, that's why we say douse everything, because then you know for sure whether or not it's for you. Yeah. Castor oil, Eve, would be my first choice for navel massaging, and for how long it'll soak in. So I just use less than you think you need. And I sometimes will add a little water and rub it on my hands, and then rub it in, and the water helps to draw it in, because as the water evaporates, it draws in the oil. I hope that makes sense. And castor oil and sun gazing heal your eyes and make your eyelashes and eyebrows grow and take away fine lines. Alternative would be hemp oil. There you go, Cheryl. Cheryl Toss, somebody's mentioning hemp oil. And maybe coconut oil. Absolutely. Yeah.
A lot of oil.
Right? Absolutely. Oh, I'm so proud of you guys. You're doing so good. I love it when you guys get really going in the chat and I can barely keep up. That's always good. And so I would say tips for today is just self-care is not selfish. Rest when you need to rest. And just because you think you should do something, you don't need to. And do body dosing. Let's step into that and challenge everyone to do a little more body dosing and to do a little more self-care. And I'd love to hear back next week how you're doing. We'll be coming in from Vedette. So we're going to take this 4 p.m. Sunday time slot because it works well for a more global audience for us. And then I'm not splitting up middle of my Saturday too for 1 o'clock. So this allows me to have a bit of a day and then drop in and share my day. Oh, Cheryl, it could just be the brand. 100%. Mine comes, I have a cold first press organic. I think I got it on Amazon because I was away and I needed more. And it's in a glass bottle. That's the last one I got. But I haven't had issues with any of the ones I've tried. Yeah. That's a good question, Eve. Let's ask the Rod. Could castor oil navel massaging detox heavy metals, including graphene oxide? 50%. So the rest is cleaning out your diet. Other good things for removing toxins from the body. One is charcoal, activated charcoal, and lemon water. That's a very good one. It'll draw them out. Absolutely. And even because your feet are so important as well, don't get those pads that you put on your feet, but look up what you can put on the bottom of your feet for detoxing metals. Yeah, absolutely. And diet will go a very long way. Your body knows what to do. You just need to give it enough rest, nutrition, and support, drinking lots of water to help it to flush things out. And with the current energies, definitely, everyone's going through a little something at the moment. Yeah, absolutely. FCB, yeah, or I'll use Tanya's to catch a fish. Yeah, FCB's excited to come to Vedette when he does his tour and stay there. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Vedette Lake does rock. So we'll do some little videos up there for you guys while we're there, and we'll share those. And we are still taking this time up at Vedette Lake to finish off going through the photos and choosing those photos and then doing some videos that go with the photos so that you guys can start seeing. Yeah. So those pads you put on the bottom of your feet, I just don't trust where they all come from, because I think some of them, in my opinion, when tested, will turn black no matter what, making you think you need them more to detox. So that's the only reason I'm suggesting that. Just be careful where you're getting them from. I would rather a pad and castor oil on it in the bottom of my foot and see what comes out that way, rather than, yeah. So Norma, we love your voice as well. Yes, please. Sorry, guys. She can't see the chat. That's why she can't see the chat. How do you deal with headaches, Norma?
Oh wow. To be honest with you, I haven't had one in a very, very, very long time. And if I do have any head pressure, I just I usually just rub my. I love myself. I love the body that is taking me from here to fro. We have to be aware of it just as much as we want it to be aware of our higher purpose, our higher self. It's got to be a give and take here. There's got to be like I said, that beautiful dance. You've got to find that love that just flows between the two worlds. You know, and I'm still getting there because trust me, y'all, it's been more challenging for me with the body because for so long I was so detached from the body and I was just because the world that was taking place, I couldn't relate to it. I knew that there was something more to this, but yet it wasn't the time. This is the time. So now it's like I'm learning to remember that I have to love the body just as much as I want the body to love the being that resides within it. So yes, it's been challenging, and thanks to Tanja, I've been getting better at this, and she's assisted and helped me with that. So it's like, oh, you're forgetting about that. Oh yeah, okay. And it's just like I said, it was just a habit for so long. So yeah, that's anything that I need to assist myself. Like I said, I mean, I've got a little bit of a catch. I'll rub it. I'll do what I need to do. And yeah, you've got those points that you can.
Yeah, that came from 371. Thank you for that reminder.
Mm-hmm.
And you also have access bars on the side of your head. That's what they're called, but they're points. They're like energy points. And so if you have a headache, if you run just over your ear, right along here, you'll feel it's almost like little lumps underneath. And then if you have one that's tender, give it a little rub. And you can also tap.
Reflexology.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Hands, feet, ears, reflexology. Learn where your pressure points and things are. They have pictures of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And soaking feet in very warm water eases headaches. Yeah, absolutely. Because maybe there's too much blood in the head and it's going to pull the blood down. That's what I just got from that. And somebody else mentioned about putting something in the water for headaches. Come on, guys. You remember, don't you? Who was saying that when you put, is it potatoes? No, must be something else. Yes, peppermint around the rim of the hairline. Yeah, for migraines, for sure.
Why did it Epsom or baking soda?
It could be baking soda. No, there was another really mustard. Yes. It was mustard seed. Okay, we've just got a couple more minutes, guys, because there's another show coming on here. I only got a couple minutes. So I'm going to get kicked off. Yes, mustard. Thank you, Cindy. Absolutely. And can you ask the rods how I can heal my digestive issues since I had a PCR test? Oh, and you're having digestive issues. The rods won't answer that specifically. What I do recommend, Eve, is if you jump into our group and can you please put the collective link in Q17 so I can transfer it over to Facebook? That would be great. Yeah. And that would be fantastic. And thank you, Kay. I see you tagging a bunch of people. Beautiful. Absolutely. So digestive issues are going to be core in the gut. It's your microbiome. So some sort of probiotic for sure. Thank you. I just didn't have that handy and I should. It's probably in one of the chat things. Thanks, Penny. Appreciate you. And here's how you can find the Telegram group and come in there. And there's a bunch of support in there as well. So I'm underneath presenters and Norma and I are both in there to support you on your journey. And so we also have a website, adventuresforconnection.com, as on the screen. And you can sign up there. There's once a month free healings that I do. I'm on here once a week. I'm live with FCB on Tuesdays. I mean, every night of the week, there is a show happening for you guys. So yeah, but don't forget to take a break and do you as well. Absolutely. Oh, you're welcome, Dee Dee. Yes, wealth of info that will be saved so you can watch it again. It's over on the Rumble at the Freedom Broadcast channel. Absolutely. So again, if you hit that collective Linktree Collective, it will have everything in there for you. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you guys for participating. That was beautiful. That's the most interaction I've seen in some time. So that was wonderful. Yeah, beautiful. Sending you lots of love and have a wonderful night. I do believe Dave and FCB are on next. Enjoy.